Tesla remains just as committed and excited to bring Semi to scale next year in 2026. Since Dan Priestley's keynote at ACT Expo 2025, nearly every article on the Tesla Semi has repeated the same core points: a 500 range, a 1 megawatt charger, and a large Nevada plant designed to build 50,000 units each year. Those facts are important, no doubt, but they only begin to show how this truck could reshape the entire U.S. freight economy. The main issue is that many fleets today still see the Semi only as an electric alternative to diesel, missing bigger economic advantages. The numbers we cover today aren't guesses. We're using current market data and reviewed sources to shift the conversation from will the Semi work to how will your business thrive. With 50,000 Tesla Semis entering operation, we're not saying you should become a truck driver. Welcome to Tesla Car World. But before we go further, let's answer the question: why has the Tesla Semi been so quiet? Is the Tesla Semi real, and where is it? The ACT Expo 2025 keynote crushed rumors of a cancelled program by showing proof of progress. A 1.7 million square feet Gigafactory in Nevada is nearly done and will produce 50,000 Semis yearly, giving the truck its own production line rather than sharing space with Model Y. Meanwhile, Tesla has funded or obtained permits for 46 public mega-charger stations, each delivering 1 to 2 megawatts, enough to recharge 350 highway miles in just 30 minutes, connecting cities from LA to Charlotte on the road. The testing fleet is active. 26 trucks have logged over 100,000 miles each, contributing to 7.9 million test miles. Insights from those real miles are driving a product update that includes a lighter battery, new mirrors, and better driver visibility. Small batch production continues through 2025 with a full ramp in 2026, syncing up with supply and charging network expansion. The Semi has moved from flashy demos to real action, aiming to transform freight costs just as fuel prices, driver shortages, and emissions laws converge. How will the Tesla Semi impact the economy? It uses an MCS plug, supporting over 1 megawatt of power, plus a new HV battery that uses the latest tech. It's cheaper to make and uses less energy than the current test units while keeping the same range. Each Semi acts like a huge power bank. Dan Priestley explained the new HV battery holds nearly 1 megawatt-hour of energy. That's enough to run a U.S. home for over a month. Now imagine a distribution center with 20 Semis parked and charging at night. They store about 20 megawatt-hours total, like a mobile solar farm. Tesla added a two-way plug called EPTO. Normally it powers things like fridge trailers at 25 kilowatts, but flip the software and it can feed that power back to the building. This means a fleet yard could become a backup power station. California's energy grid operator CISO shows real earnings for batteries that help stabilize the grid. In 2021, a 6-hour battery earned around $63 per kilowatt per year. The best sites made more than twice that. To be safe, we cut those numbers by 40%, assuming truck batteries can only discharge for a short time and lose some efficiency. Even then, a warehouse that lets parked Semis push 300 kilowatts back to the grid for 4 hours during peak demand could make $75,000 to $90,000 per year. Last summer, CISO used 1,400 megawatts of backup power, showing regulators already trust mobile batteries and pay fleets for joining in. A real example: PepsiCo's snack factory in Bakersfield, California uses a few Semis. If 5 trucks arrive at 7 p.m. with 40% charge, they hold about 5 megawatt-hours. They feed 2 megawatt-hours into the grid when prices hit $170 per megawatt-hour, then recharge after midnight at just $55 per megawatt-hour. That night's profit around $230. Do that daily and earn about $84,000 per year, not even counting California's clean fuel credits for using electric refrigeration. A diesel truck loses value as soon as it's parked. It's a cost center, but a Tesla Semi changes that. It can help balance grid energy or reduce peak demand, and utilities pay well. A 1 megawatt-hour pack can power a 200,000-foot warehouse for 4 hours during outages. Many California companies face big fees when power use suddenly spikes. Trimming a 400-kilowatt spike can save about $67,200 annually. Combining all these savings over 10 years, a single Semi might recover $300,000 to $400,000 of its price, even before factoring in cheaper charging or maintenance. Why does the Tesla Semi support truck drivers? The U.S. trucking sector is facing a severe driver shortage. Experienced drivers are leaving faster than New ones join. Many people see it as difficult. Even dangerous long hauls bring fatigue and sleep loss plus engine and wind noise. The American Trucking Association's estimated a shortage of 82,000 drivers at the end of 2024, possibly hitting 160,000 by 2030 if nothing changes. That shortage could break supply chains. Every time a driver quits, a fleet spends about $12,799 hiring and training a replacement. Multiply that by thousands and the cost is over $1 billion a year with nothing to show for it. But when a driver sits in a Tesla Semi, everything feels different. The electric drive removes the deafening engine noise, creating a quiet cabin under 60 dB, making conversations easy and reducing stress. It also accelerates smoothly from a stop with full torque, removing the need to shift gears and easing highway merges. What used to be a noisy, stressful rush is now smooth and calm. In one PepsiCo test, a Tesla Semi drove 1,076 miles with only a driver swap, no fuel stops, no fluid checks, each avoided. Fuel stop adds valuable miles. Drivers say distance, not time, is what matters most. A smoother ride and better efficiency helps drivers stay on the job longer. PepsiCo managers also noticed better retention during Modesto trials in a fleet of 250 trucks with a 25% annual turnover. Reducing that by 10% means 25 fewer resignations, saving about $319,975 annually. That nearly matches what the fleet spends per mile on 7 cents worth of diesel, and that's just in recruitment. It doesn't include better service, safer roads, or happier customers from keeping skilled drivers on the job. Southwest Research Institute ran tests and found that vibration and noise cause 38% of fatigue on a 600-mile day. Reduce those and drivers stay alert. 2 extra hours enough to finish a full shift without risking fines or nodding off. So the real question is not just how cheap is electric fuel, but how many drivers we can retain with a smoother ride. For fleets losing people fast, that answer may matter more than fuel costs, and Tesla gives that benefit from day one. How does Tesla's charger network help the Semi reach 625 miles? The 46 new public megacharger sites under development already cover more than 300 high-speed charging stalls going live through 2026 and beyond. These aren't slow chargers hidden away. They'll support 1 to 2 megawatts through the new MCS plug, fast enough to add 350 miles in 30 minutes, the time it takes for a break and cargo check. If you map the 46 sites, they form a clear route across the U.S. Imagine leaving Los Angeles in a Semi with stops in Phoenix, Dallas, Memphis, and Atlanta, then finishing in Charlotte, all in about 36 hours with no diesel burned, and each site offers more than a charge. Semis can feed power back into the depot at night, reducing the electricity bill, and they serve as real rest areas, quiet bunks and faster turnarounds. Replace long waits in old motels, meaning both truck and driver are ready faster. Researchers found truck platoons cut air resistance by 11% to 25%, and for electric trucks every kilowatt counts, so that boost turns a 500 m range into a 560 to 625 m1. A convoy from Phoenix to Dallas could skip a stop completely. Dan Priestley said every Semi includes hardware for Tesla's full self-driving system, expected in late 2025. So imagine one human in the lead with 2 driverless trucks trailing behind. Using digital links, they roll charger to charger, stopping only when the lead driver rests. Labor cost drops by 2/3 per mile, a big shift in an industry where wages are the largest expense. At diesel prices of $3.56 per gallon and 6 miles per gallon, each mile costs 59 cents. A Tesla Semi using 166 kilowatt-hours per mile costs only 21 cents at 12 cents per kilowatt-hour. 3 semis in a platoon cut air drag 15%, lowering cost to just 18 cents per mile. In plain terms, even with average electric rates, electric platoons use less than 1/3 the cost of diesel rigs, and the gap grows if diesel spikes or trucks charge at night, since megachargers are spaced about 200 to 250 miles apart. Dispatchers can plan trips in 3-hour legs like airlines use hubs. This shift has big side effects. No more waiting around for driver rest swaps keep freight moving. Detention fees go down. Warehouses pay less. Trucks get back on the road faster, so each one earns more revenue. Fleets grow without buying more trucks. These network effects won't show up in simple cost charts, but over time they may outweigh fuel savings. Tesla's megacharger web isn't just plugs, it's the backbone of a high-speed electric freight system, letting goods move as fast as data. Fleets that join now get ahead, while others are still fueling up. How did Tesla Semi generate $22 for 90 from carbon credits. If you haul goods in California, you know about the Clean Fleets rule. It was the strongest electric truck law in the U.S. until May 6, 2025, when 17 states led by Nebraska convinced a court to pause it. One-day zero-emission targets were mandatory. The next day they vanished, proving policy risk goes both ways. Invest in diesel now and the law could flip back, turning your trucks into stranded assets. But if you already have electric trucks, you win either way. So how to earn now? 2 credit programs pay for clean miles like California's LCFS. Each electric mile avoids about 1.6 kilograms of carbon. Drive 100,000 miles and skip 80 tons of carbon, worth about $4,760 annually per truck, based on a $59.49 per ton price. And the EPA plans another system awarding 1 ERN for every 6.5 kilowatt-hours of clean energy. The Semi uses about 1.66 kilowatt-hours per mile, so 120,000 miles uses 29.5 megawatt-hours, earning 4.5 million ERNs worth $7,650 at $1.70 each, so with 7.9 million miles tested and 46 chargers live. Why are some fleets still waiting? What are they holding out for? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe to Tesla Car World so you never miss the latest news. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.